So today we're actually going to do a pre-flight. I'm out in the field and yeah, stick around to see what my process is. Hello, I'm Mike. If you're new here, welcome. A couple of weeks ago I did a video on my pre-flight checklist. I'll link that video up here. Yeah, so today we're actually out in the field, right near the dump, the local landfill, and I'm going to fly a field that I've done a few times, but I figured I'd bring you along for the ride. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. I'll show you exactly what my process is, and hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to go through our pre-flight checklist. Like I went through in the last video, and it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty quick and easy. Just go through it, fill out each, box, and once I get through the general information stuff, I'll show you a little more in detail what we're doing. So the first thing I have to do is check my wind speed. At home it said I had a 2 km/h wind, but it feels quite a bit breezier out here, so we're going to check it before we take off. Now I've got an anemometer, and I'm looking at 12 km/h winds. So there's a section on the pre-flight for 12 km/h. Temperature, I know it's 20 degrees out here. You gotta check your visibility, your how far you can see. In this particular instance, it's well over 4 kilometers. My horizon distance, how far I can see my aircraft, the visual line of sight, that's pretty much, same as the horizon line. Wind direction would be southeast, and weather conditions today are overcast. I'd say my ceiling's still at least 800 feet, and the more you fly, the easier it'll be to kind of judge how high your clouds are. My flight ceiling is 400 feet and less. We're not going to do a whole lot of flight today. I'm basically just going through the pre-flight. I'm going to take off. I'll probably fly around a little bit, take some footage, tuck that into the video. I'm going to give you a quick visual of the site that we're flying at, and then we can finish the pre-flight. So as you can see, it's pretty flat. There's not a whole lot of hazards out here, which is why it's really nice to be flying out here. So go through the site assessment. Is there trees? Nope. Power lines? Nope. Birds? There's always birds. Line of fire objects? Not really. Is the pilot fatigued? No, he is not. There's no vehicular traffic, even though I'm right beside a road. It's a very quiet road. I will not be flying over water. There's nobody else out here, no emergency personnel. The pilot is not impaired. There's no buildings nearby, no aircraft. It's not a restricted flight zone, and it's definitely not at night. Page 1. It's that simple. So now on the other side of the page, now is when we have our actual checklist of stuff that needs to be done. Monitor is fully charged and the controller is fully charged. Now I'm just going to start setting up the drone. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. This is my my Inspire 2. I'm going to go through and check all the props, make sure there's no nicks, no cracks, no scratches. Just basically check them over, and yeah, if there's a nick or a scratch or a cut, don't fly with it. It will end badly for your drone. Okay, now that we got the props on, I like to put on the camera next, just because it, with the drone facing this way, I've got camera access right there, so it makes it a whole lot easier rather than spinning the drone back and forth and round and whatnot. So I always check my, got a filter on this camera. It comes from DJI with a filter on it, so just make sure that the filter's clean, or that the filter and lens are clean, because there's nothing worse than getting back home and realizing that you've got big dust spots all over your pictures or video. Simple quarter turn, it's ready to go. Turn the drone around, pop the batteries in. This particular drone flies with 2 batteries. Gives me about a half hour of flight time. Just kind of make sure that the batteries aren't bulging or, you know, damaged in any way before you put them in. There we go. So that now that that's all done, we can go through some more of the check points on the checklist. So the gimbal lock, all the antennas in good shape. In this particular drone, the antennas are right here. So as long as these aren't broken, we're in good shape. Now, being as I'm an advanced pilot, I have my ICOM aviation radio, and in this particular area I know it needs to be on 126.700. So I've got that set up. Hear any aircraft in the area. We're not going to be interfering with any of the manned flight because we're not going up that high. So portable radio on 126.700. Airspace is class G because the nearest airport is like 30 kilometers away from here. You'll probably notice in the background here I've got my landing pad set up, so my takeoff and landing zone is established. Rotor blades were in good shape. Blades are properly attached. Motors free of debris. And then pre-flight assessment complete. And that's about it. So now I'm basically ready to fly. I've got to set up my controller, and then we'll take off, fly around a little bit, come in for a landing. And then you guys will know my process, how I do it, what I do, you know, when I'm out. And maybe maybe you guys can incorporate some of this into your drones. Maybe you're just curious why it takes me so long to get in the air. So of course, like usually happens when I haven't flown in a few days, my compass has gone out of calibration. So I'm going to quickly show you guys the compass calibration, and then we can go fly. Start. One thing I do like to do is always take off with the aircraft facing the same way I'm looking. So I've got it set up now so that it's facing the same way I'm going to be looking when I take off. All clear for takeoff?
Yeah.